Peace and blessings. Turbo King back with another video, and I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's having a blessed day. But as y'all can see by the title, this video is going to be about spiritual attacks, typically at night. I had a subscriber, shout out to him, shout out to my guy. He requested a video about just spiritual attacks, specifically at night, and how they affect you. And I would like to say sin usually creeps at night. Sin usually dwells at nighttime. That's why after hours, that's what the worst things usually happens when it's dark. You know what I'm saying? So dealing with spiritual attacks, especially at night, the enemy loves to come at night because that's when you're more vulnerable, especially when you're asleep. You know, think about when you're not falling short, when you're trying to not fall short, and when you're being strong, when you're fighting your battle correctly, the enemy, he has no way to get to you, but when you're asleep, that's the easiest way to get to you because everything when you're asleep is all spiritual. You're in a spiritual, your body is asleep physically, but you're in a spiritual realm at that point. So it's easier to attack you when you're asleep versus than when you're up because you make conscious decisions. You're able to say, no, you know what, I'm going to lead away from that. I'm going to stray away from that. So they love to attack demons, spirits. They love to attack at night, and I want y'all to know that spiritual attacks are real, demonic attacks are real. Everything spiritual is real. I've gone through it. Like I said, with sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis are, man, pretty much demons, bro. Like they're demons trying to do things to you. Maybe it could be wet dreams. You know, succubus, incubus, demons having sex with you and stuff like that. All that is real. I've experienced all that, bro. Um, I would say the other night I had an encounter where like I had a dream as to where like I almost felt not necessarily possessed, but it was like I was talking but in a demonic voice, and it was like it was trying to get me to do something wrong, but I had a deep desire in me that was fighting it. It was like like whenever you driving down the street and you might hear something like a voice that say drive off the road, but you're not going to drive off the road. It was kind of like that. So, man, things like that, they're real. They try to lead you astray. They try to deter you from going the wrong way because that's their job. The enemy has a job just like the Most High has a job. Just like how angels, they're sent to protect you. Um, Demons are sent to destroy you. You know, and just like the angels have a handler, the demons have a handler as well. So they have an assignment to do. And like I said, things that happen in the spiritual realm, a lot of times they manifest into the physical realm. So say you're battling with lust, you may have something, you may have had an addiction to porn or pornography, something like that, and you're fighting it. You win and you try not to do it. You've been going on a streak. You stand strong, but you get a wet dream. You get like 3, 4 wet dreams in a row. you know you're not talking. Then after you get those wet dreams, now here comes an ex. Now here comes a girl that she just want to talk to you. She seems so interested in you. She seemed like she just telling you everything you want to hear, bro. Do you think that's a coincidence? That's a spiritual attack, bro. That's definitely a spiritual attack. Out of nowhere, this woman, it's not like you're trying to talk to a woman. It's not like you're trying to do these things, but somebody, they just come out of nowhere. They just all over you. They own your body heavy. These are spiritual attacks, bro. That's why we have to have discernment in this world. We have to have discernment. We have to have wisdom and understanding. And how to fight it, just continue to fight. The spiritual realm, you have to pray. You know, I would like to say prayer and fasting. Prayer and fasting is key. Fasting would definitely help you with lust and spiritual attacks. Like I said in another video, James chapter 4, verse 7. Submit yourselves therefore unto God, resist the devil, and he will have to flee from you. See, when you're not giving in to lust, when you're not giving in to the things of this world, when you're not giving in to sin, the devil has to realize that and he has to flee from you. is no different than somebody who just wants to bother you, wants to irritate you. Once they see that you're reacting, they're gonna irritate you even more because that's what they need is basically fuel to the fire. So when they see that you're not reacting, when they see that you're not doing it, they're just gonna leave you alone. And that's what these demons are doing. That's what um these demonic spirits are doing. And another thing is spiritual attacks, gang stalkers, people who not people, spirits. Well, you may feel like you ever be in a room and like you might be going to sleep at night and you may feel like somebody is just in a room. It's like it's a disturbance. You might hear something, you might feel like something there. I understand, bro. Something is there. That's in your spirit. You're not crazy. Like don't deceive yourself to believe, okay, well, I'm just imagining things. Bro, don't believe a lot of times we have to not believe what we actually see. There's something deeper in this world rather than just what you can see with your own eyes. A lot of things are spiritual. There are demons that like follow you and try to watch you to like see when you go into sin. Like that's their job. It's demons. There's some demons. Their whole entire job is just to sit there and watch you, just to sit there and monitor you, monitoring spirits. These are and a lot of these demons, they manifest into other people. This is just like you might be on Instagram or social media or whatever the case is, or you might be in person, and it's just this person. They always wondering what you're doing. They always wondering what you got going on. They always the first to watch your story, to watch your page, to they just wanna. They just seem like they're just so invested into you. Understand that these are spiritual things that are taking place, and they might not even understand it themselves because, like I said, a lot of people are spiritually dead, but these people are sent by enemies. They're sent by the agents. They're basically agents, bro. They're bots sent to destroy you. So the best way to do it is to defeat it is fasting and praying. There's certain spirits, there's certain uh demonic entities that cannot be casted out of you unless you fast and pray. You know, so fasting and praying is definitely key. It's definitely key. It has helped me, and sometimes I feel like and you may feel like this as well, to where you can't go back into your old ways because the Most High, He just won't let you. Because a lot of times you may think it's just the enemy, but sometimes God He may allow it to happen, you know, because you may be falling back to sin. So He may He may allow these demonic attacks to happen, to get you from going back into your wrong ways, your wrong doings. When sometimes when I'm going back into my old ways, it's like I know I can't do it because I know what's bound to happen. If I continue to go back into my lust and go back into my old ways, I already know spiritual attacks is going to be bound to happen. That's why I'm like, bro, I just can't do it. I can't do the things that I used to do. Sometimes I ain't gonna lie, like sometimes I want to do it. Like I said, Paul, like what you're supposed to be doing, but sometimes it's just that flesh, bro. Like we all have that flesh. We all have our fleshly desires that sometimes it's hard to battle. It's hard to battle. It's hard to overcome. But I ain't gonna lie, like I said, a lot of times I be wanting to go back. I be wanting to do it, but I know that I have a deeper calling. You know, I have a deeper purpose, and I just can't do it because, bro, I fear God, bro, and I already know what's to take. What's gonna happen if I continuously, because we all fall short. It's one thing versus doing it one time or two times, but it's a difference between doing it 30 times. That's giving over to a reprobated mind. That's blasphemy of the Holy Spirit. And a lot of people don't really know what blasphemy of the Holy Spirit is. Blasphemy of the Holy Spirit is when you continuously reject God, pretty much. When you continuously say, you know what, I'm getting convicted, but I'm gonna just continue to do it. Like it don't matter. Like I don't really care what happens. I don't care about the consequences. That's blasphemy of the Holy Spirit. And un that's the only one that you can't be forgiven of, the blasphemy of the Holy Spirit. So when you continuously do things knowing that is wrong, and when you don't have that conviction, when you know that you still have the Holy Spirit when you still have conviction. But If you don't, that's scary, bro. You know, I would much rather have, honestly, I would much rather continue to have these feelings like I can't go back, or if I'm going leading down the wrong path, I get these um attacks spiritually, because I know that the God hasn't forsaken me. You know, Yahweh, He hasn't forsaken me, because if He did forsaken me, I would never be getting these attacks. So I would say think about it that's really a good point. Like, just know if you're getting these attacks, you're on the right side. Because why would a demon, why would they attack you if you're on their side? You know, that's just like you on a team sport. You playing basketball. The person on your team is not going to be defending you. He's going to be trying to get open for you to pass in the ball, or he's going to try to set screens and stuff like that. He's not going to try to defend you. So if you're on the enemy side, why would he be attacking you? That makes no sense. So understand that if you're getting attacked, it means you're doing something good. And understand that Jesus, we're no better than Jesus. We're no better than the master, bro. So if it happened to Jesus, if it happened to if it happened to Christ, and he was without sin, what do you possibly think is going to happen to us? It's not going to be easy at all. You know, we have to endure. We have to endure to the end. And I read a comment. It was like we have to do it to our last breath, bro. So we're gonna have to fight for the rest of our life, bro. Just being honest. And it's gonna be tough. It ain't gonna be easy. But nothing in this life worth having is easy. So like I said, I hope this helps, my guy, you know. And anybody else that's watching the video, I hope this helps with spiritual attacks at night. You know, things that you might be hearing or seeing at night, or if you're by yourself, just realize that those are monitoring spirits, gang stalkers, whatever you want to call them. Those are things that try to monitor you to see if you're gonna fall astray, lead, go down the wrong path. And also wet dreams, spiritual attacks, sleep paralysis. These are demons, bro. Like, man, I tell you, bro, all this stuff is real, bro. Actually encountered these things. Like, man, I'm talking about. I just tell you a little testimony. I remember one time I was having a back to back sleep paralysis, and I remember one time I came to a point to where, like, I wasn't necessarily scared. Like, I knew what was going to happen. I knew how to kind of, like, I wouldn't necessarily say defeat it, but I came to a point that where I wasn't so scared of it. I wasn't scared of it. So I remember one time I woke up. It was like ringing. This is what happened to me. Maybe it happens to you too, but it was like ringing. Like, it's ring. It ring back and forth, and that's why when it started ringing, I know it's gonna happen. So it ring and ring and ring, and then I saw like a little globe, like a little dark little globe, and then boom, it jumped on me, and it was choking me and doing all it. But it's real, bro. It's real. But I started being scared of it at a certain point. I already knew that, God was with me, and honestly, the things that I was doing, I felt like the Most High He had to allow it to happen. I wouldn't necessarily say it was just the devil, because I take accountability for the things that I was doing. So I would say the Most High had to allow that to happen in order for me to, shake back and realize that the person that I need to be, and just like the Israelites, things had to happen to them. I believe I'm an Israelite. I believe that if you're watching these videos, I believe that you're an Israelite as well, you know, or whatever the case is, but whatever you believe, bro. But yeah, man, just like how the Israelites, they went away, God had to let it happen. He had to allow it to happen. But it was all for the glory. It was all for the greater good. It was all for the glory of God. You know what I'm saying? These certain things have to happen in order for you to come back, in order for you to gain wisdom. So don't look at things as, woe is me, why is this even happening to me? Some things have to happen for a reason. And you have to be accountable for a lot of things that happen inside of your life as well. So, like I said, I hope this video helps, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. I love y'all. Just continue to let me know what y'all want to hear, what y'all want to see. Um, like I said, I just got my CDL, so currently waiting on the training. So I don't know when I'm gonna be able to get these videos in, but you know, I love y'all. Hope y'all doing well. Hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody stay prayed up, stay blessed. and just continue to become a better version of yourself. Like, don't have a woe is me mentality, have a lack thereof mentality. You can do and you can accomplish anything you put your mind to. I'm telling you, you really can. Just continue to walk, continue to make those steps, and the Most High will help you. He will bless you along the way. Because if you're chosen, if you're a child of God, there is your path is already laid out for you. So think about it. If your map and your plan is already laid out, what is there to be concerned of? It's already ahead of you. God already knows your destiny. He already knows the end goal for you. You might not know it, but the Most High already knows. So just continue to walk forward. Don't be scared. And I understand that humans, this is where faith comes in at. Don't be scared. Just continue to walk forward, and He will help you. He will, even though there may be obstacles that come along your way. Sometimes it has to happen. Honestly, it might be. It seemed like it's almost seemed like a simulation, bro. It almost seemed like it's a game, but it just has to happen. Some things have to happen in your life, but it's all for the greater good. It's all for the glory. It's all for the glory of God, you know. So I hope this video helps, man. I don't want to keep saying the same thing, but make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, man. Just continue to let me know what y'all want to see. I want to continue to build a community, build uh, people that we can help each other out. We can encourage each other, and yeah, man. I really care about people, and I want to just get like-minded people around me, surrounding me. So this is the end of the video, and I'll see y'all in the next one. I'm out. Peace.